I am going to cut these microgreens up today. It is a mixed bag. It's got broccoli, kohlrabi, collard greens, turnips, arugula, and they are ready to go. This is after 7 days. They have a good root system. And they're ready to be harvested. I'm going to, just ripped in half. I'm going to flip this over and just cut them and put them in here. You just want to cut them right above the root line. We just like to put them in a paper towel to absorb the moisture. And then I'll probably stick them in like a Ziploc bag and then in our fridge for now. Depending on how many we get, I might put some in the freezer. We will see. We like to add ours to pretty much any meal. Soups, on top of toast, to sandwiches. We put it on chili, we put it on tacos. I put it in my smoothie this morning. Yeah, you can pretty much just add it to anything like you would add lettuce. Yeah, super nutritious. Don't want to add that dirt. We did this is our second harvest and actually our third. Our first one was amazing and we used the same soil. So after I cut it here, we put it back under the lights again and it regrew, but it didn't grow as high and as lush as right now like this is. And so this time I don't think we're gonna try to regrow it from the cut microgreens. I think we are just going to put this soil into our compost and start this tray over because it didn't yield as much as we would have liked. So I think we're just gonna start the whole process over. Yeah, you can harvest in 7 days. So the whole process can be really quick. We figured we might as well just redo it and get like a full thick harvest again. It was just really stunted. And yeah, it didn't come in as full. So that's it. It's pretty hacked up. There's a couple left on there, but for the most part, it's done. So last time we just put this back in the tray and put it back under the lights and watered it again, and all of these just sprouted back up, but just not as high. So yeah, I'm gonna put this one in the compost, and then this one is a big one. This is our first time doing this size. Turned out great. We'll see I'm curious how long this amount of microgreens will last us. So that one tub gave us a full thing. I don't know how many ounces this is, but it's completely full. So I'm just gonna keep adding it to the top. But this one doesn't look as tall because of the tray, but it actually is. We just didn't end up putting as much, it's kind of stuck in here, much dirt in this one, so it's lower down. But the stalks are just as tall in this one. They're really stuck to the bottom, really growing. Oh, this one looks good. So I'm just gonna, I'll just cut it right on this. Actually, that's not gonna hold the weight. So let me flip this over. I'll cut it on here. It's nice to cut it on here out of the tray because then you can get more to the roots. Whereas if you try to cut it in here, you just don't get down as much. So I find it easier to just pull it out. And the root systems are so good. They'll just hold themselves up like that. You don't have to really, the dirt might crack in half, but the plant, the whole root system and everything is very stable. Just cut off some of that dirt on the bottom. It actually smells really good. My husband had some today and he said it was really spicy. Not his thing, doesn't love spice, but that might be because we let it go an extra day. So I don't know if they got a little bit more bitter. I find them very good. He still thinks they're good. I think he just thinks they're a little spicy, gets spiced out. Yeah, so I guess depending on your level, maybe cut them a little bit early if you do not like spice, you like them more mild. I think the spice is coming from the arugula, the bitterness. Yeah, just depending on your preference. Kind of towards the outside, they got a little bit smaller, not as tall. The leaves aren't as big as the middle of the tray. A little dirt here. There, this is gonna be a big harvest. We'll see how long this lasts us. Maybe a week? I don't know, it's gotta be more. We'll probably end up putting some of this in the freezer and putting it in smoothies. We recently started growing wheatgrass too, which is extremely simple. That one though, you have to soak the seeds before you sow them, whereas these ones you do not have to soak. You just sprinkle the seeds on top of the dirt, water them twice a day, put them under light, and they're good to go. But the wheatgrass, you do have to soak the leaves because soak the seeds because they have a harder shell. And you soak them for 3 days, which softens them up, and they're pretty much almost have roots on them by the time you put them on the soil. It's pretty sweet. Okay, this one is done too. All good to go. This one looks like a big patch, like a slab of sod. Pretty sweet. Just gonna fold that up. That root system. So cool. And this is what the top looks like of this other one after we cut it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed.